everybody, thank you for joining the latest Wellingtone community event, which is all about transitioning from the military into project management. So today we're just going to be spending 30 minutes or so walking you through a little bit about project management, what it is, why the industry is there, and also some of the skills that you already have that are actually going to help you if you're looking at project management as a potential career once you leave the forces. So, and we are just going to start off just letting you know a little bit about who we are. So Wellingtone are a project management consultancy firm. We've been around since 2001, and we work across three core streams of technology, consultancy and training. And our mission is to enable our clients to develop their project management capability. This event is part of our Wellingtone community, so we're very passionate about giving people access to learning and sharing events so that they can continue or start their journey, in some cases, into the world of project management. Today, we're going to explore what project management is, identify some of the existing skills that you already have. We're going to uncover how you can get started in the world of project management and how to connect with us as well.
Emma, so obviously we talk about project management, we talk about projects, but what on earth is a project? So obviously the Association of Project Management, the chartered body in the UK for project management, gives us a definition. So the important thing is that projects have a beginning and they have an end, a defined start and finish. Although we often find that finish isn't quite as well defined as it should be, and things do have a habit of kind of, going off and kind of tailing off rather than being closed down properly. Every project is unique, so there's always something different. So it might be that it's the timing, or it might be that it's different people, different materials. So there's always something that's slightly different. There's always an element of uncertainty. We are bringing about a change. We're doing something differently, whether we are, going on deployment, we are doing something differently. We're putting on an event. So we've got some kind of uncertainty there. And when we talk about uncertainty in projects, we tend to talk about risk. We have a specifically assembled team, a certain group of people who have the necessary skills to carry out the work, and it's a really dynamic environment, which, being in the military, I am sure you are incredibly familiar with. So essentially, business as usual tends to be a bit more repetitive. So in the corporate world, we think of things as being sort of HR and kind of finance type things, very ongoing, based on experience. But essentially, project management is about applying some processes, some knowledge, your skills and experience to achieve the objectives of the project. So to achieve what we're trying to do. So although project management has a set of techniques, what we tend to find is that common sense is basically what we're looking for. So the thing with this is there is basically a set of recommended tools and techniques. So defining why, very important. If we don't know why we're doing something, then should we be doing it? Along with all these other things which you may or may not have heard of, leading and motivating teams, something you are all very familiar with, estimating resources, managing budgets, communicating with people. And there are lots and lots of templates, lots and lots of standards out there that you can use. And essentially, it's about finding the one that you're most comfortable with. Project management basically sits on a sliding scale between very linear, very kind of straightforward, very process driven way of doing things, into a more kind of agile, iterative, more responsive, some people say, way of managing projects. But essentially it's a sliding scale, and every project sits somewhere along that scale. So human beings do not like change. We are quite happy sat in our little bubbles doing what we're doing. And this is one of the reasons why projects and change tends to fail. So there's all of these different things. And you might even look at some of them and think, do you know what? Lack of planning, people not taking responsibility, unclear success criteria, dare I say, lack of leadership, not enough resources, trying to do too much at once, not understanding what people want to do. This is the same across all different projects, all different industries. And, what project management is trying to do is give us some tools, some techniques, some some hints and tips as to what we can do to try and make our projects more successful. So we always look at this from two lenses, really. So there's things that you can do as a project manager, using a defined approach, understanding what the change is and agreeing that, having really clear roles and responsibilities, doing enough planning, consistent and honest reporting, asking for help, sharing lessons. But also the organisation that you're then going to work for should have things like a defined project approval and governance structure, a PMO, project management office function, helping to drive best practice, helping to make sure you've got those tools, those templates, providing training, and of course prioritising projects. The greatest will in the world, we cannot do everything at once. And you'll notice I skipped over one, benefits. Benefits, we call benefits, sorry Emma, that's fine, you're clicking. We call benefits the secret sauce. And the reason we call it the secret sauce is because it really is the reason why are we doing the project. So if we can't identify and focus on those benefits, if we can't articulate what the measurable improvements are, why are we doing the project? So the example that we've got here is something that everybody who travels, who drives, will be familiar with. So essentially what we're trying to do is understand how everything fits together. Every organisation has a set of strategic objectives, okay? So essentially every project should be linking to those objectives. So the objectives are, where we're trying to get to. The benefits are the measurable improvements. The desired outcomes are the changes that need to happen to give us those benefits. And the output is the physical thing that gives us the output, which gives us the benefit, which gives us the objectives. So we all travel, we all most of us drive. So if we have a new road, a resurfaced road with some new roundabout signage, great. Okay, what does that mean? Well, actually, that's going to link into the strategic objectives of the Highways Agency's economic position. They want to make some money, and also their Safer Roads initiative. Really, it's just a resurfaced road and some new roundabout signage. Well, actually, because the road's been resurfaced, we're not avoiding potholes. So it means actually that the traffic can flow a lot better. We've got new signage, better signage. So actually, we're going to have less accidents because people are following the signage. What that means is because the traffic's flowing faster, we can get where we want to go quicker. For us, that's a benefit of more time at home with our family rather than sitting in the car. For the highways, less accidents, less road closures, actually gives us cost savings, which feeds into both of those strategic objectives. So the best of it is you already have these skills, these project management skills that kind of feed into all of this. So I'm going to pass back over to Emma to walk you through those.
So what do we mean when we talk about the fact that you already have the skills? Well, key skills used to be called soft skills, but they're finally being realised for the powerhouses that they actually are. Project management training often focuses on the techniques and the tools to manage the projects, but it's the human element that separates good project managers from great project managers. And this is where power skills come into play. If we look at another main body association, the Project Management Institute, also known as the PMI, they say that power skills are the behaviours that enable people to succeed. And the good news is that you already have and honed most of these during your military career. So we're going to break down each power skills and bring it to life so you can see the value of the transferable skills and how you're already equipped to get into project management if it is something that you are considering. So first of all, communication, considered the most important power skill by project management professionals across the global industry. So being able to effectively deliver and receive different types of information in different formats, using different vehicles and in various situations is incredibly important in a project environment. In addition, managing those who are involved, as well as the interested parties, we call them stakeholders, and their expectations is critical to a project and can be the key driver of mission success or failure. When you think back, you've probably had to deliver information before and even tested how the message got through in volatile and ambiguous situations. So you can already do this. You already have better communication skills than a lot of other people who have been in industry for a while. Problem solving and conflict management is a core skill required for effective project management because we're managing a team, in some cases, risky situations that are ambiguous, volatile, and complex. So not because all of the projects are full of problems, but because all projects are responding to a challenge or an opportunity that's been identified. So inherently, projects bring about change. And as Helen said, change brings ambiguity, complexity, and resistance. As project managers, it's important for us to take a step back, survey the landscape, and make an informed decision on the most appropriate next steps. In many situations you've found yourself in your career, there have been instances where you've had to hone your critical thinking skills to navigate a tricky or uncertain situation. I can be sure of that. Next, strategic thinking, allowing individuals to navigate the political landscape of an organisation whilst being able to focus on the wider picture. This is particularly important for project management professionals, and it's very common to find ourselves emotionally attached to a project and therefore end up working in a bubble, which can introduce risk to the project because we don't see anything external going on that might affect our end goal until it's actually too late. So without a doubt, there's been instances where you've had to consider a wider perspective and adjust accordingly in whatever military role you've had. Adaptability helps organisations to avoid blindly following processes and procedures and provides scope for using the power skills that we've already described and plan accordingly. In the project management industry, we call this best fit practice, taking the tried and tested processes and making them fit the reality of your particular situation. If you're nothing else and you've been in the military, you are definitely adaptable. Discipline and decision making are foundations of project management. Fundamentally, project management is wrapping structure around a potentially volatile process, allowing for informed decisions to be made at key points. Without the ability to instill discipline, consistency, and efficiency, organizations would be in complete chaos. So your basic training alone has provided you with the skills required to excel at these aspects of project management. Trust building, leadership, motivation are some of the most valuable skills required for project management. People deliver projects, and keeping the team motivated and on mission will enable projects to deliver sustainable change into organizations and communities. Without the people, the processes simply don't work. So the role of a project manager is to show empathy with their team members, accepting that they're not all having the same experience and motivating them to keep going together. So when considering, are my skills right for project management as I go through your transition from military into civil life, project management and the skills you have are the core of your well-developed skills that you already have picked up from your military career. The trick now is taking those skills and making them work in the corporate environment to give you the best chance of success. And this is where Wellingtone come in. We provide much more than a bunch of courses. We provide a safe community for you to learn, share and grow and succeed in the project management industry. So let's give you some useful links, and we will share this with you after the session. So some useful links, the Wellingtone community itself. The community is there, there's a clinic. We are very happy to take a call to help you to figure out what your next steps might be and how to get there. You can find us on our website, on LinkedIn, as well as on YouTube. So getting started. Read up on the topics that we've discussed here today through our white papers and other sources such as the Association for Project Management and the project management industry. Next, connect with Wellingtone. I know that Nicole's probably already popped the link in the chat. That's where your peers are. They're waiting to share their experiences and to help you with your journey. So make sure that you connect with Wellingtone so you can dive deeper in the aspects of project management that you feel fit your skill set and interest together. Try it out. To find out if project management is for you, then think about doing some volunteering in your own time, or using project management for your own life projects. Project management is a life skill. Whether you've planned a wedding, built a house, built a trip abroad, you've had to use some aspects of project management. So use your own life or volunteer with the associations. Next, reflect on the skills that you already have. You're probably busy professional adults, so think about taking the time to just stop and reflect. We don't do this enough as fully grown adults. Think about the skills we already have and how we can improve those that we need to grow, and being honest with yourself as to where are my key strengths. Next, embrace change. It's scary, but new things are coming and they're going to be positive. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Next, plan for the future. Without your own roadmap of how you're going to get to your goal, how will you know that you've actually reached it? So make sure that you take the time to write down and plan what your next 3 steps are. That 1% of a difference, doing something different tomorrow, can make a really big shift in your attitude as well as your motivation. So the Wellingtone community, you can join there. There are lots of things available to you. The Dr. PMO clinic, where you can just book half an hour with one of us to talk through your insights. White papers. We have lots of white papers that delve into different aspects of project management. We run free learning and sharing events every single month, so you can, again, find something that interests you. If risk is what floats your boat, then we have events going on about that. If it's more about people and change, we have events about that. So join the community and see what events we have coming up. And then we also, within that community, provide industry opportunities and opportunities for research. So do get involved, because we can offer a lot more than just training. And then lastly, before we go to questions, connect with me. So again, these will be shared with you, so you can connect with me on social media or via email, and you can connect with Helen as well. And if you're interested in face-to-face and rather than doing things virtually, then why not come along to our conference, which is happening on the 30th of October, where we'll be in London with lots of different speakers looking at lots of different aspects of project management. So do get involved, and we will see you there, hopefully.